First at 5 tonight, developing news in campaign 2016.
I'm Lincoln Chafee, and I am a Democrat considering a run for President of the United States.
Former Rhode Island Governor Lincoln Chafee announcing on his website today that he is considering a run for president next year.
Chafee stopped by our East Providence studios about 90 minutes ago to discuss the decision, and Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan tells us when Chafee knew he was going to possibly run for president.
Mike and Shannon, I just sat down with former Governor Lincoln Chafee, and he told me 2 years ago when he announced he was not seeking re-election for governor, he knew he wanted to explore a presidential run. Many taken by surprise as former Governor Lincoln Chafee announced through an online video that he is seeking a possible run to become the next president of the United States.
The 2016 election is an important one for the Democratic Party and for America.
Chafee, now the first Democrat to formally announce he is exploring the idea. And I'm sure everyone is thinking today, why?
I care passionately about the future of our country, and my time in the U.S. Senate, I particularly enjoyed working on the Foreign Relations Committee and the international issues. And I see America, what we're doing in the world, and I think we can make better decisions. I like to say use our brains, not our biceps, as we look at our position in the world. And of course, I care about the domestic issues also.
Out of work for 4 months, Chafee knew this announcement would become a reality when he made his last big announcement in September of 2013. At that point, did you know or have a feeling that you wanted that time off to possibly look into a run for president?
Yes. Prior to making that decision, my wife and I talked about whether to run for re-election. She said, what do you really want to do? And I talked about the international issues and getting back on the national stage, so to speak. And so at that point, we made the decision, don't run for re-election. When you're done leading Rhode Island out of the recession, making some good decisions so that we can get our state on the right path, then you can look at that possible next adventure.
Chafee tells me his next step is to have an exploratory committee get in touch with city and town Democratic chairs in Iowa and New Hampshire and meet activists. Now, there's no timeline for when he would announce if he is indeed running for president. And coming up new at 6, we talk to Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming on what he thinks will happen on the Democratic side of the presidential election. I'm Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.
And now a major development in campaign 2016. Former Governor Lincoln Chafee announced today that he may seek the Democratic presidential nomination.
New at 6 tonight, our political analyst weighs in on Chafee's chances on the national stage. Eyewitness News reporter Kelly Sullivan sat down with a seasoned politician today. She joins us now live in the newsroom.
Well, former Governor Lincoln Chafee surprising many today, including our political analyst. And this is really just the first step. So now Chafee is exploring to see if he has enough support and financial backing to make him a contender in this presidential race. Many seeing former Governor Lincoln Chafee for the first time in months in this video as he announces,
I'm Lincoln Chafee, and I am a Democrat considering a run for President of the United States.
Following the announcement, I sat down with Chafee as he described his passion about the future of the country and his time in the U.S. Senate, and now his desire to bring his ideas to the forefront.
Whatever it takes and whatever I have to save and what I have to do just with shoe leather, I'm going to do so that I'm there at that time in November, December, and January prior to the New Hampshire primary.
But Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming doesn't believe Chafee will get that far.
I think in the end, it's going to be a different situation. Hillary Clinton right now and Joe Biden, those are two people who will be your top tier people running for president. I don't think he's anywhere close to that category. So, I mean, he may try to get his positions out there, fairly liberal positions at this point. But in the end, I'll be very surprised if he actually announces that he is running for president.
Now, you may remember Chafee flirted with the idea of running against President Bush back in 2004 in the New Hampshire primary. Now, since his announcement today, he says he's received positive feedback from people saying that they're glad there are choices for a Democratic candidate. Reporting live in the newsroom, Kelly Sullivan, Eyewitness News.